Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 6, talking about data collection, triangulation, types of validity, confidentiality, and informed consent. This was part of our live sync conversation, and there is a PowerPoint that was uploaded from last week's live sync that has some of this information on it as well. You'll be reading more about it this week, as well as the self-paced lessons we'll be working on it. So, expectations for the week. Again, your chapter 4 should have already been read. Chapter 5 actually should have already been read as well. Chapter 6 is the new chapter, really trying to look at getting ready for the study itself. But if you've not read chapter 5, this is a very important chapter for this week and what you'll be working on. You also have an article called Ethical Research Involving Children from Family Matters. That's online as well. You will be also having great conversation on discussion boards regarding 3 types of validity and the peer review number 2 discussion board. I'm not taking it off, but I am explaining that will not be done. We'll talk a little bit more about that, and then talking about the 2 assignments that are due this week as well. So that reminder on the reading, chapter 4 and chapter 5 should not be new, should be articles that you've already read. Chapters you've already read. Chapter 6, though, is a new chapter that you definitely want to get into, especially thinking about your IRB and making sure you have elements ready for your study as well. And then, like I shared, the Graham and ethical research involving children component. So that's your reading for the week. So discussion board, there are 2 discussion boards. The one that I want you to focus on, the 3 types of validity. Again, chapter 6 is about validity. Consider the purpose of your study. Consulting with your group members, name and describe 3 types of validity your group will be using in your study. Make sure to cite Hendricks to support why that validity is what it is. State why your group chose this type of validity and which data collection methods, instruments address the type of validity that your group is going for. So it's going to be a beefy discussion board, but again, I'm hoping that as you read appears and respond to it, really looking at questioning that validity and what their data collection is, and making sure that you can understand it and either question why that is what they've chosen or why that isn't what they've chosen. So very important to read through those and then respond to them as well. Remember, I'm looking for 2 responses to gain those points as well. So your initial post as well as 2 responses. Goal is to get that initial post done by Thursday. Self-paced lessons this week will also talk about the ethical and credible research. Really getting into, again, validity, triangulation, and then making sure that you are being fair to those that you're researching as well. So you'll get more information from that. So the assignments. Peer review number 2, chapter 3. So chapter 3, initial rough draft is going to be due. I had shared it in the live session, but I'm sharing it here on the video as well. I am not going to ask you to complete a peer review. I'm going to ask that you submit this, and you'll notice it's the last line of this slide saying submit under assignment 7. So your group will work on chapter 3. Again, this is where you're going to want to delegate. Your intervention expert is going to be the one that needs to complete the makeup component of the classroom setting, but then getting into what the intervention is, somebody else should be able to write that up, and the intervention expert should be the editor of that, making sure that it's written up. So, and then looking at your ethical practices, your data collection, that again can be shared or split apart as you're determining who's writing what. So that way it's not all relying on one individual. So again, the reminder one more time, you are not going to complete a peer review. You're going to submit it where I will be reviewing and be getting back to each group. So again, please submit under assignment number 7. The other assignment is the Ethical Research Practice, APLO assignment. And I have to say that's the assessment of program learning outcomes. This is the assignment that's been chosen by the university for WASC accreditation certification. And so what they're asking you to do is complete the last section of chapter 3 individually as a separate assignment and submit it onto Blackboard. It's assignment number 8. You'll use chapter 4 as a guide, and you're going to articulate. If you go onto Blackboard, there's a bunch of information to clarify what we're looking for, but in essence, you're all writing that ethical component of Chapter 3. So I would say definitely collaborate with your group. I should be seeing some similarities. Don't want to see a lot of variances, but similarities, but showing that you each understand the ethics involved in research as we go through. So those are the assignments. Self-paced week. We will not see you in a live synchronization this week. Please know phone number is available. Please text, call. Emails are available as well if you need any support in Chapter 3. I'm looking forward to reading your Chapter 1s and getting that feedback back to you, as well as your Chapter 2, seeing how you've combined them together. I hope that you have a great week, and God bless.